My name is Brandon Harden, a.k.a. Hell on Wheels. I'm with Challenges Accepted Adaptive Boxing, brought to you only by Neutral Corner Boxing in Winchester, Virginia, home of the Demon Boys. Please check out our page, Challenges Accepted Adaptive Boxing, so that we can live stream all of our classes so that we can reach more people.
I had no idea. I didn't even think about the physics of it, to be completely honest. Like, for me, I am such a run away from a fight person. And legit, there is someone behind you holding you with your wheels towards this man. So you can't run away from this. And it was just such a concept for me. I was like, oh man, like there's no flight at all. Like Brandon's just all in.
Yeah, so I mean, there's two types of the wheelchair boxing, and people have gotten that confused because there's stationary, like what most of America now sees on Street Beefs, and then there's what they call rolling thunder, where you actually move in your chair with your gloves on. You obviously have to reduce your guard to be able to propel yourself in a chair. It's a different style. Some people would prefer it over the amount of contact that you'll take in a stationary position. With Street Beefs, though, it's outdoors. So you're not going to be able to roll a sports chair around in the grass or the sand or whatever, surface that might be. So we get them as close together as we can get them. And it's bang time. It's close quarters competition. Really, you gotta really be quick, precise with your movements because you don't have anywhere to go. You've got 6 inches to each side of you to slip and move and do your thing. And that's probably what I'm most proud of, leaving from that last fight. My head movement and my defensive ability were tremendously better from my first 2 fights. So each tape you watch, you can kind of follow the progression. It's not like we just showed up to Street Beefs and saw we're going to pick a fight with somebody. We trained for a year before we ever showed up out there. As many of you know, I compete on Street Beefs. That's what I'm very well known for at this point. Over a few million people have seen my tapes and my videos. And that's awesome. But my reason behind what I'm doing, it's not about combat sports. It's not about fighting. It's not about physical violence. It's about letting a light shine. Street Beefs has a huge platform, right? You look, they're over 1.5 million subscribers. If someone for the life of me could tell me where a dude in a wheelchair can go and get into a cage and have, about an equal of a fight as he could ask for, in front of those kind of amount of viewers, I don't think there's any other place I would have got that, especially with the circumstances around, COVID-19 and et cetera.
Sure. So you said it's about finding a light. Can you talk to us a little bit more about that?
I would say late last year, I was able to be touched by a young lady. She's visually impaired and has some mental challenges. She doesn't see the world the way that you would see it or I would see it because she doesn't see all the things that divide us all throughout the day. And what I mean by that is she doesn't see race. She doesn't see religion. She doesn't see gender. She doesn't see your political agenda. She really just feels and knows, who cares about her and who's there for her. And to me, that was light to me. And I thought about being a young kid myself. And I was like, who did I really idolize when I was a kid? Well, you go back to, my 4th grade class with Miss Jenkins, everybody will tell you I wore a bandana to school every day because, man, I wanted to be like Deion Sanders. Right? He's probably the best athlete I've ever seen in my life. He's fast. He had that swag about him, right? Confidence, all that good stuff. But the reality is I'm never going to be Deion Sanders. I'm not running a 4.2 40. I'm just not that fast. Downhill, uphill, it ain't going to matter. With seeing that young lady and the way that she attacked her life with such a joy, the world hadn't crushed her yet. And I don't mean to say that in a negative mindset. As a young person growing up disabled, you hear the word can't a lot, and you hear the word no. No, you shouldn't do that. Now you can't do that because, and that because is always because of the wheelchair, because of the crutches, because of whatever medical apparatus that you might have. And I was told a long time ago, can't never could do nothing. From there, what I wanted to do, I knew Street Beefs was that huge platform, and I knew that it would put the spotlight on me because nobody's ever seen nothing like that. I knew it would put the spotlight on me both positively and negatively, and it has done that, and that is exactly what I intended it to do because I need to draw the parallels to the parents and the students of boxing to real life. Those people that get on to, the Street Beefs videos and they view them, thank you so much, and that leave positive, encouraging comments. Hey, much love. Thank you so much. Keep leaving those. But there are folks in America that aren't ready for that. They don't feel like it's right. They don't understand it. They choose to belittle it in any way they possibly can. That's real life for a person that's different. That's real life. And the light shining, just because that person is not secure and confident in themselves, that they feel like they have to dim your light so that theirs can shine, I don't subscribe to that, right? So by me giving this platform where I know 3, 4, 5 million people have seen my fights, my hope is that the next person will come out from the darkness, as I call it, and into the light. And I'm not saying the darkness is in this bad place, but I am going to tell you, being different your whole life, it affects you in your personal life. It affects you in your professional life. It affects you in your home life. It affects you in your romantic life. There's always going to be predetermined stereotypes, is maybe the best word, that people have because they're not educated about the situation. For instance, if I told you right now in your audience, Meg, that I have cerebral palsy, everyone will go and Google what is cerebral palsy that does not know. And when you look it up on Google, they give you the absolute worst case scenario humanly possible. Yes, cerebral palsy can affect people in so many ways, and I understand how fortunate I am that it only affects my lower extremities. I'm very, very fortunate for that. You know, the Street View Spotlight, the Spotlight from Neutral Corner, and the Demon Voice, it gives me a chance to fight for the kids that can't. Would I put that visually impaired little girl in the ring with somebody? No, I would not. That's not safe. But can that little girl watch me on YouTube? Absolutely. When I go overseas to compete, and guys understand I'm trying to go overseas to compete for America. So I got America telling me I shouldn't do something. And then y'all want me to go over there and strap USA on my chest. I don't get it. I'm going to speak kind of candidly on that. We live in a society where, I mentioned, the different groups that my friend doesn't see. Well, disability sees all of those groups. I don't care what special interest group you're in, what race you're in, what political group, what gender, what age group. It does not matter. I guarantee you know someone that has been affected by a physical, mental challenge. I guarantee it. There's just no way around it. So I know it touches everyone, regardless of your situation. And I just want to be the guy that somebody can look to and say, well, man, he did it. I can do it. And the other piece to the challenge is accepted adaptive boxing. You look at my YouTube channel, guys, I don't edit videos. I just talk and slap it up there. And there's a reason for that. I guarantee you one of the young people I come in contact will have a skill set where they know how to do that. Because just because they might be differently abled and they can't run a mile doesn't mean they can't edit a video. So I'm in the process of applying for my 501c and becoming a nonprofit. I want to give those kids a place they can come and learn on-the-job training, learn a skill, a marketable skill that can help them in their life so they're not dependent on a system. And I'm not bashing the disability system, but that system is designed to put you in the corner. Okay, we're going to give you this little siphon, and you can't make more than this much in your life, or we pull everything from you. To me, that's the wrong way to look at it, right? You need to reward the people that are going out and putting through a positive effort. With some people's physical challenges, they can't go out and work a 40-hour week. Well, man, let them go out and work a 25-hour week at the Chuck E. Cheese or something, something like that. Shout out Chuck E. Cheese. But that's where I'm at with it. I want to have a kid that edits my YouTube. I want to be able to have a kid that comes in and cleans the gym for us and does this sanitary stuff. I want to give them all a purpose. Many of you guys don't know, I spent my entire life as a retail manager, over 15 years. I've supervised and managed thousands and thousands of people. I know how to look at resumes. I know how to job interview. I know how to count inventories. I know how to speak with customers. I know how to sell stuff. There's all these skills that I can teach these kids, and that's really all that I want to do. It just happens to be that avenue is fighting for me, and I'm going to explain why the avenue is fighting. I was 236 pounds. 236 pounds, okay? Depressed, dealing with a little bit of a drug habit at the time, I'm like I said, I'm speaking candid, man. Even your guys in the wheelchair have the same problems you do. Sometimes it's just worse because we manifest things into our head and don't allow them to escape. But I was in a really, really bad spot in my life, not knowing where I wanted to go. And like I said, that little girl touched me, man. And when that little girl touched me, it changed my life. I was already actively working at the gym and had put some of the other things in my life behind me. But I did not have that drive, that passion that everybody knew me for. And anybody that's known me since I was about 6 years old will tell you that's what I'm known for. You're going to hear Brandon well before you see him, man. He's got a presence in a room. So,
That's true.
it's where I'm at. So now this is a passion for me. Will it become something that I monetize and can do? I don't know. I got every egg in that basket right now. I can tell you that. And if it breaks, so be it. I don't want to look back on 36 years of life and people at my memorial service say, man, he sold auto parts. Yep, I bought me a starter off that fellow back 2006. It's not what I want. I want people to understand that there was something to me. There was something about me. It's taken me a long time to talk openly about how I'm different and why I'm different and the things that I struggle with. Everybody thinks, hey, man, Brandon makes all these jokes. He's this real big character. He's happy all the time. That's not true. That's not true. I have the same problems, if not worse. I'll allow the smallest comment that somebody I don't even know at Walmart made manifest in my head for a week and a half, and I'll snap on this dude that didn't even do nothing to me because I'm still upset about that because I couldn't let it go. Again, drawing the parallel back to boxing, I got to look at some of these YouTube comments where they outright insult me. But it doesn't bother me because the greatest thing about Street Beats, you look at any of my videos, right underneath my name then says, if you would like to sign up, please click right here. The amount of people that do this against the amount of people that say, hey, I want to do the Hell on Wheels challenge, there's yet to be somebody step up for it.
Hey, what is the Hell on Wheels challenge? What is this?
So it's not that Hell on Wheels thinks he's going to beat you up or knock you out or whatever. It's not that. What I'm asking people to do is I'm telling you, my man Grisby did a minute and a half round this last event because he's a soldier, he's a beast. But we were doing 1 minute rounds. So I've been in my situation for 36 years, and I'm asking you to spend 3 minutes of it. You know what I mean? So everybody who wants to talk in America about how woke they are and they understand this person's perspective and I understand that person's perspective, you very well may. You may be one of the few people that have blessed enough to touch all these different people in society, and good for you and God bless you. But for the most of us, no, we read something on Yahoo or Google and we think we're educated about it. And I definitely appreciate that you would attempt to educate yourself, but I'm going to tell you that, the best place to get it's always straight from the horse's mouth, they say, right? That's my piece. And guys, if you watch the Hell on Wheels challenge, man, each week I have something to say, right? They do my introduction, I have something to say. There's a message there, guys. There's a story, and it's getting told 30 seconds at a time. Why do you think I'm showing up and fighting every other week? Hey, I do enjoy it, right? It keeps me in tremendous physical shape. I mentioned earlier, 236 pounds. I'm sitting at about 158 pounds. 90 pounds weight loss. Check the pictures out on my Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube channel. You can see it. When you're 236 pounds and you sit down in a chair all the day, so you're already about 50 pounds over what they say you should weigh for your height, weight, and age. But you're sitting down all day. So for every pound you're weight, that's 4 pounds additional pressure on your hips, your back, your spine. And again, you're sitting all day, so you're not stretching, moving, getting blood flowing through that area the same way that an able-bodied person would be doing it. So then that weight gain that all of us experience in our 30s, I'm pretty sure, right? The kids and the nonsense, we all experience it. Man, it can almost become a death sentence to you because once you start to gain that weight and you lose the ability to do one thing that you used to do, now that's something somebody's got to help you with. Then you lose the ability to do the next thing. Where with the boxing, my cardiovascular conditioning is on point. I guarantee you my arms won't get tired before your legs will. We can go for a jog. I mean, I'm telling you. But I had a team of people help me with it. You know what I mean? What people didn't see and didn't understand is once we had an agreement to go overseas to fight, I knew I had to cut weight, and I was working out 3 times a day. 3 times a day. I had basically a personal training session in the middle of the day. I had Coach Dan from 3 to 7 every day, and then I had my own private workout every evening. So it wasn't, again, guys, I didn't just show up and say, I'm going to fight Street Beats. I worked at it for well over a year, and I still wasn't prepared for that the first event. I was nervous. I thought I sounded like, I don't even know what I sounded like in that first video. I was all excited and nervous. And people don't understand what it takes for a person to get into a cage to entertain other people. Like, it's not a street fight. It's not like I'm going to swing on you first because you sent this message to my girlfriend. It's not that. The other person across from you knows how to fight and understands that you're there to fight them. And as Meg alluded to earlier, knows there ain't nowhere to run. Get that money. That's what it's about. Get that money right there. But there is a rush of nerves that go through you like you would not believe. My first two fights, you could speak with my training partner. I think I was about to vomit, but before I got in the ring, and it wasn't while they were introducing me or while I was in the ring. It's when you're standing outside the ring and they're raising that guy's hand that just won, and you're looking at the dude that just lost, right? The 50-50 proposition, that could be you. But you got to, you got to believe in your training. You got to trust in the guys that you have with you. I always do that. My head coach is married to my cousin. My training partner, I call him my little brother all the time. And people look at me kind of funny because he's 6'1" and mixed raced, and I'm 2'4" and sound like some mix between a guy from Sanford's and Son and the dude from King of the Hill, man. But to me, that's my family. When I go to war, like that's what I want with me. You know what I mean? Do I know that nothing bad's going to happen to you? It's a fight. Something bad could obviously happen to you. But I know that those people have my best interests at heart, and it's not about anything other than my best interest when I'm in that ring.